Sundogs and twin parhelia, Arctic sky, 2022. In 2022, under the frigid Arctic sky, one of the most dazzling illusions played out, the sundog, or parhelion. This phenomenon occurs when sunlight refracts through hexagonal ice crystals suspended in the atmosphere, often in cirrus clouds. These ice crystals act like tiny prisms, creating two bright spots on either side of the sun, often joined by a halo. In some rare conditions, twin parhelia appear, producing two symmetrical light patches on each side, almost like a second sun hanging in the sky. Nacreous clouds, Norway, 2021. In the winter of 2021, Norway's skies shimmered with a rare explosion of color nacreous clouds, also called mother-of-pearl clouds. Forming in the stratosphere at altitudes of 15 to 25 kilometers, these clouds appear just after sunset or before dawn. Their iridescent colors, more vivid than typical rainbows, arise from extremely small ice particles that diffract light in highly uniform ways. These clouds are not only beautiful but ominous too, as they play a role in ozone depletion. Brocken Spectre, Alps, 2020. High in the Alps, a climber found himself face-to-face with a ghostly giant, his own shadow cast onto mist below, surrounded by a radiant halo. This eerie sight is known as the Brocken Spectre, a phenomenon where the sun casts a magnified shadow of a person onto clouds or fog, surrounded by rings of light known as glory. It's named after the Brocken Peak in Germany, where it was first documented. Moon halo, 22-degree ring, Lapland, 2021. Lapland, the northernmost region of Finland, is no stranger to strange and beautiful skies. In 2021, the night was illuminated by a perfect shimmering circle around the full moon, a 22-degree halo. Formed similarly to sun halos, this icy ring occurs when moonlight refracts through hexagonal ice crystals in cirrostratus clouds. Upper Tangent and Parry arcs, Greenland, 2020. In the high Arctic skies over Greenland, a particularly rare and complex halo system was observed in 2020, Upper Tangent arcs and the elusive Parry arcs. Upper Tangent arcs look like a pair of wings extending from the top of the sun halo. Parry arcs, even rarer, form due to perfectly horizontally oriented ice crystals and appear as bright curves floating above or below the main halo. Fata Morgana, Alaska, 2019. Imagine looking out across the Arctic Sea and seeing mountains floating upside down, ships hovering above the horizon, or entire coastlines appearing where there are none. This is the Fata Morgana, a complex layered mirage caused by temperature inversions over polar ice. In 2019, Alaska saw a particularly dramatic example of this phenomenon, where refracted light bent by sharply contrasting air temperatures created stacked, distorted illusions in the sky. Novaya Zemlya effect, 2021. Another atmospheric illusion tied to temperature inversions is the Novaya Zemlya effect, captured in 2021. Observers reported a double sunrise where the sun appeared to rise earlier than it physically should have. This phenomenon happens when sunlight is bent over the curvature of the Earth by layers of air with different temperatures, essentially allowing the observer to see the sun while it's still technically below the horizon. This was first recorded in 1597 by Arctic explorers near Novaya Zemlya in Russia. Light pillars, Frozen Ontario Lake, 2019. Canada's frozen lakes are often a blank canvas for the atmosphere's light experiments. In 2019, Lake Ontario was lit by massive ice light pillars. As streetlights, headlights, and moonlight bounced off suspended ice crystals, the air transformed into a towering illusion of colored beams. What made this display special was the mirror-like surface of the lake, which doubled the illusion and created an immersive curtain of vertical luminescence that stretched from the ice to the heavens. Moondogs, Yukon, 2020. The Arctic doesn't just create sundogs. It has its nocturnal counterpart moondogs or parhelia. In Yukon, Canada, the winter sky in 2020 featured two bright points flanking the moon, forming an ice halo spectacle in the dead of night. These are far rarer than sundogs due to the moon's weaker light, but under the right icy conditions, they appear as ghostly sentinels beside the moon, forming one of the most hauntingly serene illusions in the night sky. Sun corona, ice fog in Alaska, 2021. In Alaska's frozen interior in 2021, observers witnessed a brilliant sun corona shimmering through dense ice fog. Unlike halos, coronas are caused by diffraction rather than refraction. When ice fog contains droplets small and uniform enough, light bends around them and forms colorful concentric rings centered on the sun. Circumzenithal arc, Sweden, 2019. Above Sweden in 2019, a rare optical event occurred, the circumzenithal arc. This smile in the sky is an upside-down rainbow that forms high overhead when sunlight passes through horizontally aligned ice crystals at a steep angle. Though it's scientifically similar to a sun halo, its vivid colors and dramatic arc make it look like a rainbow painted onto the heavens. Anthelic arc, Antarctica, 2020. Antarctica's vast emptiness is the perfect setting for the anthelic arc, a pale, ghostly band that stretches across the sky opposite the sun. Often mistaken for a contrail or even a supernatural apparition, this phenomenon is created by ice crystals reflecting light backward. In 2020, it was clearly visible during polar twilight, casting an ethereal ribbon across the sky, a soft counterbalance to the blazing sun halo behind. In cloud iridescence, polar stratus, 2019. Finally, we turn to one of the subtlest yet most beautiful polar illusions, cloud iridescence. In 2019, pastel colors danced across polar stratus clouds over the Arctic as sunlight diffracted through tiny water droplets and ice crystals. This phenomenon resembles oil on water or soap bubbles, but plays out on a sky-wide scale. Halo stack over Svalbard, 2023. In a record-setting display over Svalbard in 2023, skywatchers witnessed a halo stack of 5 distinct arcs: sun halo, parhelia, upper tangent arc, Parry arc, and circumzenithal arc, all visible at once. This atmospheric jackpot revealed the full complexity of light refraction in ice crystals, captured in rare detail. Subsun reflection, Arctic flight, 2021. High above the clouds in 2021, passengers on a polar flight witnessed a bright light spot beneath the sun's position known as a subsun. This illusion occurs when sunlight reflects off the undersides of ice crystals floating horizontally. The result is a mirror-like glow hovering beneath the real sun, like a ghost sun tracing the flight path through the icy heavens. The polar regions may be remote and unforgiving, but they hold some of the most mind-bending illusions on Earth. These icy wonders aren't just beautiful, they tell a deeper story about how light interacts with our world in the most extreme conditions. Like, share, and subscribe for more hidden wonders of the natural world.